Welcome back to BNB Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the latest dramatic developments unfolding in the lives of our favorite bold and beautiful characters. The tension is mounting, relationships are being tested, and shocking revelations are about to change everything for the residents of Los Angeles. Let's dive into the intricate web of emotions and confrontations that await us in the upcoming episodes. Unexpected alliances and betrayals. Carter Walton's surprising stance regarding Daphne Rose will leave Hope Logan utterly astonished. When Hope discovers that Carter actually wants the talented perfumer to remain in Los Angeles rather than return to Paris as she had suggested, her world will be turned upside down. This revelation will serve as a significant obstacle in their already complicated relationship, forcing Hope to question Carter's true feelings and intentions. As the week progresses, Daphne will intensify her efforts to drive a wedge between the couple, persistently trying to convince Carter that Hope is merely using him for her own benefit. Her manipulative tactics might prove effective as she plants seeds of doubt in Carter's mind about Hope's sincerity. The question remains, will Carter succumb to Daphne's persuasive arguments and begin to view his relationship with Hope through a more skeptical lens? Meanwhile, Hope will seek solace and guidance from her mother, Brooke Logan, sharing her concerns and frustrations about the situation with Carter and Daphne. This mother-daughter conversation will reveal deeper layers of Hope's emotional vulnerability as she navigates this challenging romantic entanglement. Family confrontations and shocking revelations. The Forrester family dynamics will take center stage as Ridge and Eric Forrester approach Carter with a significant demand, adding another layer of pressure to his already complicated personal life. The nature of this request could potentially force Carter to make difficult choices that might impact both his professional standing and his romantic relationships. In a parallel storyline, Lee Finnegan will be blindsided when she learns that her adoptive son, John Finnegan, is Luna Nozawa's biological father. This bombshell revelation will trigger an explosive confrontation between Lee and Poppy Nozawa. Unable to contain her rage, Lee will physically attack Poppy, wrapping her hands around her sister's neck in a shocking display of fury that will leave viewers on the edge of their seats. The tension between the Nozawa sisters has been building for years, with unresolved resentments and secrets finally coming to light. Finn's confession to Lee about his past with Poppy will serve as the catalyst for this violent outburst, forever changing the dynamic between these complex characters. Legal battles and power struggles. Steffi Forrester's determination to see Luna behind bars will lead her to take drastic measures. Dissatisfied with Bill Spencer's refusal to cooperate with her demands to send Luna back to prison, Steffi will escalate the situation by involving Deputy Chief Baker. Her request for Baker to arrest Luna demonstrates her unwavering resolve to protect what she believes is right, regardless of the consequences. Bill's steadfast protection of Luna reveals his growing attachment to her, setting the stage for a power struggle between two formidable personalities. His declaration that Luna's not going anywhere directly challenges Steffi's authority and creates a fascinating conflict that will likely have far-reaching implications for all involved. Whether Deputy Chief Baker will comply with Steffi's demands remains to be seen, but this legal battle adds another layer of complexity to the already intricate storyline involving Luna's freedom and future in Los Angeles. Unexpected sympathies and surprising connections. In an intriguing development, Deacon Sharp will be caught off guard when he discovers his wife, Sheila Carter, engaged in conversation with Poppy Nozawa. His curiosity piqued, Deacon will question Sheila about this unexpected interaction, only to be surprised by her response. Sheila's admission that she feels a connection with Poppy due to their shared experience of being separated from their children reveals a more vulnerable side to her typically calculating personality. This moment of empathy from Sheila is particularly noteworthy given her complicated history and often manipulative nature. The parallel between these two women's experiences creates an unexpected bond that could potentially evolve into a more significant alliance or friendship. This development adds depth to Sheila's character while also highlighting the universal pain of parental separation that transcends even the most complicated personalities. Emotional consequences and future implications. As these dramatic events unfold, the emotional fallout will be significant for all involved. Hope's disappointment in Carter's decision regarding Daphne will force her to reevaluate their relationship and perhaps consider whether their romantic connection can withstand these challenges. Lee's violent confrontation with Poppy will have lasting repercussions for the entire family, potentially affecting Finn's relationship with both his mother and his aunt. The revelation of his biological connection to Luna adds another layer of complexity to an already tangled family tree. Steffi's aggressive pursuit of justice against Luna demonstrates her protective nature but might also damage her relationships with those who disagree with her methods. Her determination could either be vindicated or lead to regrettable consequences depending on how events unfold. The web of relationships in Los Angeles continues to grow more complicated with each passing day, with alliances forming and dissolving as secrets come to light and true intentions are revealed. The emotional journey ahead promises to be filled with heartbreak, redemption, and perhaps even unexpected moments of joy amidst the chaos. As viewers, we are left eagerly anticipating how these storylines will develop and intersect, creating the rich tapestry of drama that makes The Bold and the Beautiful such a compelling viewing experience. The characters we've come to love, or love to hate, continue to evolve, surprising us with their choices and reminding us of the complex nature of human relationships. Next, we will learn about the explosive developments brewing in Los Angeles as several characters find themselves at dangerous crossroads. The upcoming week of March 10, 2025, promises to deliver some of the most jaw-dropping moments we've seen in months, with family betrayals, physical altercations, and unexpected alliances taking center stage. Sheila's surprising empathy. The atmosphere at Il Giardino is charged with tension as Deacon Sharp finds himself completely bewildered by his wife's unexpected display of compassion. Sheila Carter Sharp, a woman historically known for her calculating nature and self-serving agenda, has developed what appears to be genuine sympathy for Poppy Nozawa. This development has left Deacon utterly perplexed, prompting him to question the authenticity of his wife's newfound empathy. "I don't understand," Deacon remarks, his brow furrowed with confusion as he observes Sheila's softened demeanor when discussing Poppy's predicament. "Since when do you care about anyone outside our little circle?" What Deacon remains unaware of is the recent encounter at Il Giardino's bar, where he missed witnessing Poppy's emotional breakdown. The weight of her secrets and the looming confrontations with both Lee and Steffi had reduced the typically composed Poppy to a state of visible distress, a moment that evidently resonated with Sheila on a deeper level than anyone might have anticipated. Industry insiders suggest that Sheila's unexpected compassion might stem from recognizing a kindred spirit in Poppy, another woman vilified and ostracized by those around her. Despite their vastly different circumstances and moral compasses, both women understand what it means to be branded as the villain in other people's narratives. "There's something about her situation that speaks to me," Sheila confesses to Deacon, her voice uncharacteristically vulnerable. "We're both mothers who've made mistakes, both women who've been judged harshly by the perfect Forresters and their allies." This surprising connection between Sheila and Poppy introduces an intriguing new dynamic to the show's complex web of relationships. Could this unexpected bond potentially evolve into an alliance that might shift the balance of power in Los Angeles? The possibilities are as fascinating as they are unpredictable. Sources close to the production team hint that this storyline might be setting the groundwork for a more nuanced exploration of Sheila's character, potentially revealing layers to her personality that viewers haven't previously been privy to. After years of being portrayed primarily as a villain, this development suggests that the writers might be interested in examining the more complex aspects of her humanity. Lee's violent outburst in what promises to be one of the most shocking scenes of the week. The typically composed and professional Dr. Lee Finnegan completely loses control in her hospital office. The catalyst for this uncharacteristic display of violence? The devastating revelation that her adoptive son Finn fathered a child with her younger sister Poppy, and that child is none other than Luna Nozawa. The preview footage of this confrontation is nothing short of chilling. Still dressed in her medical coat, a symbol of her commitment to healing and preserving life, Lee transforms into an agent of potential death as she lunges at her sister with unbridled fury. The stark contrast between her professional attire and her violent actions creates a visually jarring scene that perfectly encapsulates the depth of her betrayal. "You slept with my son?" Lee screams, her voice echoing through the hospital corridors as her hands tighten around Poppy's throat. The younger Nozawa sister finds herself pinned against the wall, gasping for breath as Lee's grip intensifies, her face contorted with a rage that suggests she might actually be capable of committing sororicide. This moment has been years in the making, with the simmering tension between the Nozawa sisters finally boiling over in spectacular fashion. Their relationship has always been complicated, marked by Lee's perfectionism and Poppy's more free-spirited approach to life. But this betrayal, sleeping with Lee's son and keeping their child a secret for decades, crosses a line that may permanently destroy any possibility of reconciliation. Medical professionals consulting for the show have noted that the scene accurately portrays the phenomenon of temporary insanity, where a person of sound mind can be pushed to violent extremes when confronted with sufficiently traumatic information. Lee's reaction, while extreme, reflects the profound psychological impact of learning that her sister and son created a child together and kept this information from her for years. The fallout from this violent confrontation will likely reverberate throughout the canvas for months to come, potentially leading to criminal charges against Lee, professional consequences for her medical career, and a permanent fracturing of the already fragile Nozawa family dynamic. Finn's devastating confession. The catalyst for Lee's violent outburst comes earlier in the week when Finn finally gathers the courage to reveal the truth that has been weighing on him. In a private conversation with his adoptive mother, Finn discloses the bombshell that he is Luna's biological father, and that Poppy is the mother of his child. "Mom, there's something I need to tell you," Finn begins, his voice trembling with apprehension. "It happened years ago, before I even met Steffi. Poppy and we have a daughter together. Luna is my biological child." The scene is masterfully performed, capturing the complex emotions coursing through both characters. Finn's expression reflects a mixture of guilt, relief at finally unburdening himself, and fear of his mother's reaction. Lee, meanwhile, experiences the revelation as a physical blow, her face cycling through disbelief, denial, and ultimately, rage. Psychological experts commenting on the storyline note that Finn's decision to reveal this truth now, after keeping it hidden for so long, likely stems from a desire to take control of the narrative before it emerges through other channels. With Luna's presence in Los Angeles and the increasing scrutiny surrounding her, Finn recognizes that the truth will inevitably come to light, and he wants his mother to hear it from him directly. The timing of this confession is particularly significant, coming at a moment when Lee had finally begun to feel secure in her relationship with her son. After years of navigating the complications introduced by Sheila's return from the dead and her claims on Finn as his biological mother, Lee had reclaimed her position as Finn's primary maternal figure. This revelation about Poppy reopens wounds that had barely begun to heal, forcing Lee to once again confront questions about her role in Finn's life and the meaning of family. Production insiders reveal that the scenes following Finn's confession were so emotionally demanding that filming had to be paused several times to allow the actors to recover their composure. The raw authenticity of these performances promises to deliver some of the most compelling drama the show has offered in recent memory. Steffi's desperate measures. As the week progresses, viewers will witness Steffi Forrester Finnegan's determination reach new heights, or perhaps new lows, depending on one's perspective. Her ongoing confrontation with Luna Nozawa escalates dramatically when Bill Spencer arrives to defend the young woman, positioning himself as Luna's protector and advocate. Bill's intervention only serves to further inflame Steffi's anger, as she perceives his defense of Luna as yet another betrayal by someone who should be allied with the Forrester family. The publishing mogul stands firmly beside Luna, his imposing presence a physical manifestation of the protection he's offering her. "She stays here, Steffi," Bill declares with characteristic firmness. "Under my roof, under my protection. That's non-negotiable." Steffi's response reveals her exceptional talent for psychological warfare, a skill she has honed through years of confrontations with formidable adversaries. Just as she once knew exactly which buttons to push with Sheila, she now deploys similar tactics against Luna, striking at the young woman's most vulnerable point, her relationship with Finn. "You will never see my husband again," Steffi vows, her voice cold with certainty. "I will make sure Finn understands exactly what kind of person you are. You'll never be part of our family, never." This psychological assault demonstrates Steffi's strategic brilliance, as she intuitively understands that for Luna, the prospect of being permanently separated from her newly discovered father would be more devastating than any legal punishment. When her verbal attacks fail to achieve the desired effect, Steffi escalates the situation by contacting Deputy Chief Bradley Baker, summoning him to Bill's mansion with the explicit demand that he arrest Luna and return her to prison. This move represents a significant escalation in Steffi's campaign against Luna, as she attempts to leverage her family's connections and influence within the law enforcement community. However, Steffi's plan may encounter a significant obstacle: the legal reality of Luna's house arrest arrangement. If Luna has been complying with all the conditions of her release, Baker may be unable to fulfill Steffi's demand, regardless of his personal sympathies or the Forrester family's influence. "I understand your concerns, Mrs. Forrester," Baker might explain, "but unless Ms. Nozawa has violated the terms of her release, my hands are tied legally." This potential setback raises intriguing questions about how far Steffi might be willing to go to achieve her goal. Would she consider fabricating evidence of a violation? Could her determination to protect her family lead her to cross ethical and legal boundaries she would normally respect? The escalating confrontation by midweek, the tension between Steffi and Luna reaches a boiling point, culminating in what sources describe as a fierce face-off between the two women. The fact that this confrontation occurs at all suggests that Baker was unable or unwilling to comply with Steffi's demand to return Luna to prison, leaving the young woman still ensconced in Bill's mansion and under his protection. This confrontation promises to be a study in contrasts: Steffi, raised in privilege and accustomed to wielding power, versus Luna, who has navigated a more challenging path and recently experienced the dehumanizing environment of prison. Both women are fighting for what they believe is right: Steffi to protect her family, Luna to claim her place in her father's life. "You don't belong here," Steffi insists during their heated exchange. "You're dangerous, just like your Aunt Sheila. It's in your blood." Luna, however, refuses to be intimidated. "You don't get to decide who Finn can have in his life," she counters. "He's my father, and nothing you say or do will change that biological fact." The parallels between this confrontation and Steffi's previous clashes with Sheila are impossible to ignore, raising questions about whether Steffi might be allowing her traumatic history with Sheila to color her perception of Luna. Is she seeing genuine danger, or is she projecting past threats onto a new target? The most disturbing question emerging from this storyline centers on how far Steffi might go to remove Luna from their lives permanently. The suggestion that she might consider framing Luna for a violation of her house arrest terms introduces a morally ambiguous dimension to Steffi's character that could have far-reaching implications for her development. Would she go as far as to frame the young woman? This question, posed explicitly in the narrative, invites viewers to consider the ethical boundaries of protection and the point at which defending one's family might transform into becoming the very thing one fears, someone who breaks rules and violates norms to achieve their ends. As these three explosive storylines unfold simultaneously, the residents of Los Angeles find themselves navigating a landscape fraught with danger, betrayal, and moral ambiguity. The week of March 10, 2025, promises to deliver some of the most compelling drama in recent memory, with performances that will likely be remembered long after the credits roll. The reverberations from these confrontations, Sheila's unexpected empathy, Lee's violent attack, and Steffi's increasingly desperate measures, will undoubtedly reshape the relationships and alliances that define the Bold and the Beautiful's complex social ecosystem. As viewers, we are left to wonder which bonds will strengthen, which will break, and which characters will emerge fundamentally changed by the crucible of these intense emotional experiences. Stay tuned as we continue to bring you the latest updates and in-depth analysis of all the drama unfolding in the world of the Bold and the Beautiful. The coming weeks promise even more shocking revelations and unexpected alliances as these storylines continue to develop and intersect in ways that will keep viewers on the edge of their seats.